And we're live here at the Den of Tools. Yes, it is midnight, 1 a.m. where we are. Midnight, Pacific Standard Time, Amazon time, if you will. Final day. We're in the last stretch here of Prime Days, October 14th, and we're going to go through yet again to see if anything's been updated at midnight. You know, our hope is that since it's midnight, maybe they've updated some cool deals. I don't see much on the front page. Let's go check out the lightning deals, shall we? All right, lightning deals say, we got cookware. This is interesting because we have power and hand tools checked, and they give us pots and pans. I don't understand that. Maybe you can explain it to me. Let's see what we got here. Let me take a look at this just to make sure. And yeah, it's all looking good. Weird. All right, so let's take a look here. We got a DeWalt saw here. Saw blade, sorry. And let's see what it's selling for. Oh, we got a couple DeWalts. We got the DeWalt cordless. This is the basic brushed set. It does come, well, this is interesting. It does come with the nice XR grinder, and it comes with a flashlight. The impact is okay. This drill is a joke. Mark Anderson says, hello, Bear. Hey, Mark, how goes it? So anyway, the at $200, the grinder is really good, and it comes with 2 anemic batteries and an okay bag. I don't know if I could pull the trigger on that. The impact's okay. The drill's junk. The flashlight's blah. So I don't know. That doesn't seem like much of a deal to me. We've seen some great deals, and we're going to talk about them in a little bit. The stuff we've been going through for the last day that we've checked on. The skill saws, those things we've talked about. The Makita tools. Let's take a look at the Makita. We'll take a look at the skill. The Porter cable stuff. We've talked about some of that stuff. We'll come back. I thought this was the lightning deals. Are we not in the lightning round? Let's go back here. Come on. Oh, no, we're not. Lightning deals. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. All right. So we got a bike seat. That's always exciting. Not so much. Let's see here. Let's get into the worst or the most to let me drill it down is into home improvement. So we're going to take a look at home improvement stuff. Hopefully there'll be some tools in it. Victor, you drinking or something? No, just up and tired. Let's see here. Anna got my co-pilot here.
Hi.
Someone's up late because she's got
heartburn
and can't sleep. So she's decided that she's going to join me tonight because she can't lay down because the heartburn gets her. We got closet LED. Here we go. Cowood. More of the Cowood. We've talked about these before. The Q-Sun key. I'm not even sure what the heck those are. The Hyundai. We'll come back and check that and that. We got some gloves. The LifeGo Precision. Gator Lift. Those are good products. And let's see. And Universal Socket Set there. So let's go through what we found so far. We got Makita here. Prime Day on the mini circ saw there. The 3 3/8 there. $129. Now, is there another? And there's an addition. I thought all the Makitas are 20% off. So we will see what we see there. They got the nibbler. We got the blower. And that looks like there's all this. And the light. Now, the light, by the way, we found this out earlier. I think it was about this time yesterday morning. We found out that this is a hybrid light. There's a little compartment that opens up. You can stick your battery in. And, of course, there's also the 110 outlet there you can plug in. Nice little choice. If you're in the Makita line and you're looking for some lighting, this seems like a great choice right there. I don't see how you could say no to that. Normally $176, and it's $95 and an additional 20% off of that. Seems like a good deal to me. The skill stuff. Oh, we're still looking. We got the skill saws. Now, this is the top one here. It's $62. I think they're 20% off as well. 20% off as well. So this is a corded skill, not a skill saw, a saw from Skill. And it is a 7/4 inch. It's a decent, we talked about this before. It's a decent saw at a decent price. Now, the brushless one down here You get the saw, you get the 4.0 battery, you get the charger, and it's a brushless saw on top of it. This is a pretty decent saw. Again, Skill is made by Shervon. They've been making lots of great tools for years now. They make the Cobalt stuff, so it's got basically everything they've learned in Cobalt. And then, that's something they're making for Lowe's. This is their own brand. They own it. So they're going to put a little bit of extra work into it. So you got to think might even be a little bit better than the stuff that they're doing for Lowe's. Maybe, it's a hypothesis. I can't say for sure. Coatwood, 24 times router bit set. This is a nice, basic, generic router bit set. If you've been looking for, I need a bunch of stuff, nothing specifically, this is a decent set to get. It's normally $59. It's on sale for $46. The thing with these sets is, I often say, is they're great to get as a generic set, covers all the bases, and then later, once you find something you really need, buy specific bits just for that. Skill makes some okay ones. Bosch makes some fantastic ones. These can just be your general use. I only use this bit every so often. You might just stick with this set. All right, and we got the Q Sankey, which is a reputable name that's known. Okay, I'd never heard of it before. I'm making stuff up. I'm just joking. The Q Sankey 19-piece quarter-inch mini magnet ratchet wrench set. Screwdriver bit set with Phillips slotted hexagon. Cute. Hex, Torx, and multifunction Christmas gift for him, men, DIY, husband, father, husband, boyfriend. Apparently, handyman. I misread that one. Handyman. Whatever.
What about girls?
Nope, girls can't use this. That's purple, that's not pink, so none for girls.
Wow. Rude much.
Mike Schmidt Sr. says, good evening, Jeff. How you doing?
I'm here too.
And the little girl, Miss Eleanor, says that she's here too. Because she's up late with heartburn. Aren't you?
Yeah.
Talk into the mic.
Yes.
Or don't talk at all. I know, I'm harsh dad here. You got to teach good mic etiquette when they're young, or it just won't stick. Cordless drill set from Honda. Not Hyundai. Honda. Hyundai is, it's a Japanese word, I'm guessing. It might be Korean. And that's all I got for you. Lithium power. There we go. It's got lithium power. It's got a chuck. It's got some drill bits and some driver bits. It's got a case. And we got two 12-amp batteries. Don't know anything more about it. $40. Hey, if you're looking for a little miscellaneous around-the-house tool, a little emergency backup kind of tool, I don't know, $40. That seems like a pretty good price. I might take a swing at it. It's got 236 reviews. Let's see what the review pattern looks like. I like to look at this. It's got a tiny hook to it. All right, so we always look for the fish hook in the reviews. And this has got a tiny one where you see massive good reviews, and then it dwindles down, and usually around the 3 or 2 stars, you see it bottom out. And if it's actually a bad tool with a lot of fake reviews, what'll happen is it'll bottom out around 3 stars. It'll start coming back with 2 stars, and then the 1 star will be more than the 2 and the 3 stars combined. That's a really bad one. This has a slight hook to it. Not enough to make me go, oh, I wouldn't get this, but enough for me to be like, okay, this is not going to be a long-term tool. All right, let's see what else we got here. The precision screwdriver set, LifeGo. By the way, we're not posting links later, but if you're here in the live stream, you're like, hey, Bear, I really am interested in that one. Just comment in the comment section, and I will post a link, just like I can click on this one and go copy and paste. So if you want a link to one of these tools, just speak up and we'll be happy to post it. Precision screwdriver set, and these are none of these are affiliate links. I'm not taking the time to go through and do affiliate links. These are just click them if you want to. Nothing comes back to the channel or anything like that. This is just me trying to find you guys good deals. So precision screwdriver set, LifeGo, 122 piece magnetic repair toolkit for iPhone. I just picked up the version of this set that's for Tecton, and it's nice. It's nowhere near as comprehensive as this. This kind of puts it to shame. I don't know, the quality of the Tecton is fantastic, but I mean, look at all those bits. It's got tons of those little looks like guitar picks. Those are for prying open the plastic or the glass sections on phones and laptops because they're snapped together these days. Once you remove the screws, the case has still got clipped together pieces. And there's all the pieces. You got the tweezers, you got the bits, you got the pry things there. Little plastic pry bars. The suction cup is so if you're doing a phone, you can stick it to the glass once you removed it and pull the glass off. Let's see here. Hyundai Civic. Cute. And Saddle Tramp says, who has a 4-stroke tailgater? Cheap. Good question. And Jason Rail says, hey, what's up, guys?
Hi.
You're like the ghost in the machine over there.
I am not.
Anyway, Gator Lift. Gator Lift is for lifting and transporting plywood by yourself. Come on, we've all gotten splinters from it. We all know it sucks. Let's not lie about it. I honestly have never used or never owned one of these things, but they look like a no-brainer. Although $46.99 does give me pause. This was listed as a Prime deal. It doesn't look like much of a Prime deal. Anyway, let's go back here. Looks like what iFixit offers. Oh yeah, I forget about iFixit. That's a pretty good group over there. Raphael says, Dentools love those brand names. Once upon a time, Sanyo was a knockoff, obviously, of Sony, then Sampo. Came along and was knockoff of Sanyo, double knockoff. You know, it's too funny. I can still remember being a young cub myself. This is back in Iowa. And we moved into our first, me and my mom and my stepfather moved into our first 3-bedroom house. We only needed 2 bedrooms. They're hoping that, someone would come along here soon to fill up the 3rd bedroom. But till then, they turned it into a TV watching room. We only had a black and white TV up until then. I know, right? Black and white. I know. The dark ages. And my parents bought our first color TV. And they'd gone to the big electronics store in town. And they came home with this really bizarre company that I'd never heard of it. They'd never heard of it. No one we knew ever heard of it. It was called Samsung. I know, right? Some weird off-brand. And that TV, it lasted, I think, like 30 years. It was a 13-inch TV. It had the 2 dials. I remember watching our first UHF channels, watching Godzilla movies on the UHF station on a Sunday afternoon when I was stuck sick inside one summer. And wow, I can't believe that. Samsung. Anyway, Gary P. Hey man, how goes it? You're saying Gary says I'm up late, dude. You're up late. What are you doing?
Ed's Workshop says, Bear, what's up? Oh, hi. I'm not talking to the mic. Ed's Workshop says, Bear, what's up? Hi.
Just me and the little girl. She is not feeling good. She's got the old heartburn for some reason, and so she is staying up with Dad and decided that she wanted to jump in here. Laying down is bad for her, so sitting up and talking for a little bit, hopefully gives some time for some meds to kick in, and then she can go to sleep. I know after this, I'm going to sleep. When kids were the remote, I can still remember my grandfather. Saturday morning, Saturday afternoons, at my grandparents, me and my grandfather in the it was one of these tri-level houses, and the den was the middle level between the main level and the basement. It was a little room, and he had an RCA television, a big console thing, and that was me switching back and forth. I had my little chair. I'd sit next to the TV because he'd want me to switch back and forth between the games all the time. Soundtramp says, tried to get the tailgater 2 days after seeing one, and it's like they vanished from the planet. Yeah, with all the hurricanes and stuff that happened recently, a lot of the generators are just gone. I had a video that I did like a year ago on like the best generators to buy from Harbor Freight, and it did very poorly. And in the last 2 months, all of a sudden had over 100,000 views. People are snatching up generators left, right. I think it's A, the hurricanes, and B, it could be some people burning down cities and people thinking, you know what I need? I might need a generator. All right, let's keep going here. That's a nice headlamp. It looks a lot like the whatchamacallit we have. This Cowood, I'm pretty sure I have this bit set. I don't know if it's technically Cowood, but I do. It's got the same box, the same colored bits. It looks identical to this. I have this. It's mediocre, you know. Again, as I say, I buy, if I know I'm going to do a big project where I'm going to need a roundover bit or something like that, I buy the specific bit I'm going to need for that whole project. But this gets me through when I run into a situation where I'm doing like, oh, I just need this one thing. So I'm not going out and buying stupid expensive bits for everything, even though I'll only use it once or twice. Oh, here we go. We can tell the difference between the yellow and the blue. I didn't realize they'd actually tell us. Wood case with window, wood case. Multi-purpose for experienced woodsmiths. Multi-purpose for beginners. 45X carbon steel alloy. 45 carbon. So apparently the yellow one is better than the blue one.
Gary P says, no one is asleep for a while. Payne woke up. I decided to check YouTube, and lo and behold, my favorite channel, you guys, was live, so I thought I'd check it. Thank you.
Hey, Gary, sorry that you're living in pain. I know exactly what that feels like. Sorry you're up, but at least we're here to spend some time with you. Speaking of which, I know you're like into reloading and those kind of stuff. Did I tell you I got a SIG M17, the P320, and I am just losing my mind. I missed out on a locally. Someone was selling a Henry Long Ranger lever action in 308, and I missed out on it by like a day. And now I'm just straight obsessing about that. I'm gonna find one, even if I have to have it ordered and shipped in. I'm gonna find one.
Rudy Flyer says portable potties are in storage too. Go figure. He also says great. I don't think I can say that word.
Go figure?
No, the other one.
Oh, great G word. Yes. Yeah. We try not to say the G words. We use the term like broomsticks and stuff like that on here just because it's YouTube and they make up their fascist little rules. What city burned down? Well, Portland, Minneapolis, parts of Washington.
Bear, what drill combo sets from Harbor Freight do you recommend?
Depends on what you're doing. If you're doing basic DIY kind of stuff up to a let's call it a budget level prosumer, I think the Bauer stuff is just fine. I've got up here in Montana, that's what I'm using day to day is my Bauer stuff. I've got some Hercules stuff, but I just have so many of the Bauer tools. That's what we end up using. I love the Hercules stuff. There's just not enough out there to really justify it as a purchase right now. If you're looking for a true high-level prosumer, I definitely suggest either the Cobalt, which are all brushless tools, 24-volt brushless, or the Skill, which the brushless Skill, not the brushed ones.
KH said, the Bear's not reviewing the Sink Shroom? Rody Flyer, forgive me if I butchered your name. New trigger replacement. SIG will do it free. Says
That's on the older ones, I believe.
Dang.
I don't know if does that affect the new M17s? Raphael says, I live in Seattle, not burned down, FYI. It's, it's a figure of speech, sir. It's what people perceive based off the news and what they see online. No one is assuming that any city is burned to the ground. Saying stuff like that saying like, oh, it's not burned down. That just comes off as pedantic. We all know what's going on. I'm not trying to get into politics. I'm not choosing one side or the other. I'm just saying this is what's going on, and this is what's driving generator sales. Marlin, 1895, 4570. Those are good. Brushless skill tools are amazing, Mark says. And Bill says, is there a top-rated add-on propane dual conversion kit for gas-operated generators? Bill, if there is, I'm not the person to ask about it. I know a lot of the tri-gas systems out there that people like and stuff like that. I don't worry about propane because I'm pretty proficient in making a type of fuel of my own. It requires a carburetor conversion. In fact, since we're on Amazon, let's see here. Are they doing a sale on it? They're not doing a sale on it. That's terrible. But still, it's pretty good. You can, if you're interested, buy your very own paperback copy of the Home Distiller's Workbook, Your Guide to Making Moonshine, I can't talk, Moonshine, Whiskey, Vodka, Rum, and so much more. Volume 1 in paperback for $9.99. There's a Kindle version for $3.49. Now, to be honest, though, I think I can probably get you a better deal than that. Let me see here. Go to shop. No, oh, apparently it's the same price. I thought it was cheaper. But you can order it directly from the Den of Tools for $3.99 for the ebook. Anyway, not sure who wrote that, though. Probably somebody who was much smarter than myself. Do you accept tool recommendations all the time, man? There's only so many tools I can evaluate myself. So I'm always looking for feedback. And anytime you hear me talk about a recommendation, I will say either A, I've used this, B, somebody I know personally has used this, or C, people who are viewers have reported back to me on what they feel about it. I'm trying to be very transparent about that whole sort of thing.
Do you accept... Oh, you just read that one.
Let's see here. Bree says we had so much trouble here in Louisville too. Oh, do they still do the Louisville surfing championships every year? I used to have a shirt that said Louisville Surf Champion. I used to live in Cincinnati, so that's why I say that. Snapchat says my Colt Malt Liquor 1911A still does the job. Boy, you can't go wrong with that Colt Malt Liquor, man. That 45 ACP proof. It's very dependable. And Rowdy says, nope, it's a new SIG already done. Yep, I just got that. I've got the carry version that I bring with me around town and stuff is the 365 XL, but the home version is the M17 320 that we just got. And it was literally the only one in Montana about 2 weeks ago when I got it. Maybe it was about a month ago.
It says, what's going on?
Mark says maybe you can get Jeff in to help you with reviews. He's awfully full of himself. He did the video with the missus earlier today. He was saying some stuff about how, I'm just a bear and whatnot. Anyway.
I tried one of the cheap Colt 2 flaring tools for excellent mid-range. Sorry, I can't read.
Stop mumbling. Come on, you can do it.
I tried one of those cheap clamps.
C-clamp.
C-clamp large
tube flaring tools.
Tube flaring tools for excellent mid-range tool.
For an excellent mid-range tool, I'd recommend the Titan 51535 double flaring tool. Only need one size for brakes.
Okay.
Well, that's good to hear. I've heard good and bad about Titan and some mediocre stuff. It's been all kind of across the board. Some people are like, oh, it's cheap stuff. Other people are like, it's inexpensive, but it's not bad. It's always good to get more feedback on that kind of stuff.
I was about to be like, we got a link.
And Doug Sepp says, good morning. Glad to see you're caught up. We're trying to. And Amateur says, what you already said that before, didn't you? No, we're just trying to cover all the Prime deals. Maybe that's somebody else who said that. Let's see here. Yeti says, Andrew upgraded car jump starters, jump box 2000 amp, peak 20,000 milliamp battery charger, automotive, all up to all gas 8.5 liter diesel for $64 on Amazon. Whew. All right, let's go through some more of these flash deals here before they go away. We got Gear Drive flare nut set. Now this doesn't start till 4:10 a.m. So we're kind of past these. Ooh, Fornzy Easy Weld 298 arc welder.
They have times that they start?
Yep.
That is so weird.
Oh, check this out. So Brad's Workbench just posted a video about this, and he really liked it. It was $229. Now, it's going to let me add it to cart right now at $206.
Ow.
You okay?
My chest.
Oh, poor little girl. So, but this says it doesn't start until... Oh, where'd it go? Doesn't start until 5 a.m. He was a big fan. So this has got the 4-inch with the 8-inch disc. Sorry, El. This is exactly the one he was starting. Go over to Brad's Workbench and check it out if you want. But anyway, it's on sale for $206. I would be interested to see how far this is going to drop as a prime deal. It might drop another 10 to 20%.
Rody Flyer says, my rackets are driving me crazy.
Ratchets.
The direction switches will release. I have to hold my finger on the direction switch to keep the direction engaged. What do you recommend for a good ratchet?
My personal favorite that I use right now are Tecton ratchets. We do have some good ones coming up. In fact, we'll jump to them real quick. The gear wrench. This is the 1/2-inch, 90-tooth cushion grip, long handled flex ratchet there. 1/2-inch one for $60, and it's an additional 20% off. I think it takes it down to 40 something. Let me do the math here. $48 on that. And then they also have the 3/8, exactly the same. Long handle, cushion grip, flex head, 90 tooth. And I mean, those just seem to be like a no-brainer pickup at $48.
Sorry, sir.
Go ahead.
BWS Electronics, sorry if I butchered your name.
Speak up a little bit.
Said, I can't see that.
Hold on. Sorry, I just moved the chat window on her accidentally.
It
so
says, where did he go? Oh, my uncle lived in Cincinnati when I was a kid.
Sorry, we're moving her microphone so she can look to it and talk into it.
He properly there from Covington.
He had property there and in Covington. Covington is across the river over in Covington, Kentucky.
Wow.
Well, if you're still in the area, I just want to let you know that we do accept care packages of canned Cincinnati Skyline chili. Just so you know, we're totally open to that. Let's see here.
Saddle Tramp says, I'm not allowed to play with the woodworking tools. I cut a board in half and Bob
Vila can't glue it back together. Yeah, that's not surprising. I bet Norm could do something with it. Rowdy says, wow, looks impressive. Raphael says, and don't forget the Harbor Freight 30% off coupons on U.S. General card. This is right. So Harbor Freight has a coupon right now on all U.S. General accessories. And that includes stuff like the side table, the magnetic power strip with USB ports. There's some great deals out there if you're looking to fill out your U.S. General and maybe even Icon or any other cards. They mix and match with non Harbor Freight stuff. Magnets are like that. They're not picky.
Paul St. Marie says, greeting, Big and Little Bear.
Hey, Paul, how you doing, man? Rowdy says needs 3/8 and 1/4-inch. Well, was this not 3/8? We got 3/8 right there, and they did have a 1/4-inch. It was an odd little locking flex head thing, so I didn't include it because it wasn't as great a deal as these are. But let's get back to where were we? We're talking about. We'll come back to that. We got to get through these. Excuse me, these don't start for a while, so that's pretty much the end of the lightning deals. So I want to talk about this. A lot of people are looking for budget cordless ratchets. There's not a solid ecosystem behind these, but a lot of people have picked up some of these budget ratchets off of Amazon and have had not much but good things to say about them. Hold on. So we got two of them here. This is it's normally $71. It's on sale for $56.79. You get 2 batteries. Yes, I know it pictures 3, but you get 2 batteries. You get the charger. You get the case. You get this just immaculate set of sockets to go with it. I like it because it's got the paddle style activator there on the switch. And then for a little bit less, $41. Normally $55 for $41.24. You get the Kinswood 3/8 12 volt, 1.3 amp cordless ratchet. It comes with 2 batteries. It's got not a standard charger port. It's got one of the wall wart kind of chargers, plugs it in directly into the battery, but it works. It does what it's supposed to do. Yes, it comes with the sockets and a case. But if you're looking for something really budget just to play around with and get a little bit of work done, I know several people who've tried these and that they work. So, speaking for things that go boom, we got the Wheeler Engineering broomstick screwdriver set with durable construction and storage case for broomstick smithing and maintenance here. So this is they're a well-known company here when it comes to this kind of tools, and this is a very, very diverse set here of tools. I love the little holder there they integrate for the parts you're working with. This thing is on sale for $62.69, and you save an additional 25% off when checking out. Yes?
Yay! Okay, BWS
Electronic.
I'll take some cans too. I haven't been there in almost 5 decades. Wow.
Tell me about it.
Mark Anderson says, what is the best bit set to buy?
Wow, that is an open-ended question. It depends entirely what you're doing with it. And there's an argument for like tons of cheap ones versus a few good quality ones. It depends on what you're doing. Like if you're in a home shop, I think the tons of cheap bits are probably the way to go. If you're on site, you can only carry a few with you. You want the good high-end ones. I'm a big fan of Bosch. I know Milwaukee came out and kind of took the world by a storm, but at the end of the day, they were like, they're okay. They're not as fantastic as we all hoped. Makita used to be the big boys on the block. They've kind of fallen by the wayside. DeWalt has some decent ones. Harbor Freight has some decent ones for the money. Paul St. Marie says that gear wrench ratchet looks like the old Armstrong Matco design. I would not be surprised if it is evolved directly from that. And Steve says, what's the best deal in 100 foot 50 amp extension cords? I have not seen any great deals when it comes to extension cords for today. Let's keep going here. The gear wrench, 239 piece mechanics tool set. It's on sale here for 20% off, also off of its top price of $210. We got the Porter cable. This is one of the big deals here. 43% off. That takes it down to under $80 here. It's normally $136. Let's call it with rounding times. It's 43% off, so 0.57, $77.52. This thing is a fantastic deal at that price. It shares a lot of the DNA with DeWalt on this one. And because it's corded, you don't have to worry about whether Porter cable is going away and whether you're going to be able to get batteries. The corded tools have a surprisingly long runtime. And yes, that is humor. Pablo says, love your videos. Thank you, sir. Steve says, we talked about Steve's. Setup Champ says, carbide bits. Rowdy says, Wheeler makes good stuff. Treddington says, need new pressure washer in the $300 range. Costco Husqvarna has terrible reviews. What you got? I don't know. We review a lot of electric pressure washers, really DIY homeowner kind of stuff. They're all about the same. There really isn't much of a difference. I will say that Who's'em Watch It just sent me one really recently. It's the Tac Life pressure washer. And it's this one right here. And it worked. 3,200 PSI. I can tell you it's got more pressure than the electric ones I've used. I drove my vehicle back and forth to Vegas twice without washing it. Had caked on mud, caked on bugs, everything else. It did a fantastic job of washing it. That's about all I can tell you with this. Tac Life is owned by Aki. They've had some customer service issues in the past. I kind of put their feet to the fire on it and said, look, you guys need to address this if you want Americans to buy from you. They said that they heard me and they did a whole training thing with people, with their customer service agents, trying to teach them how to do better customer service. Only time will tell. I'm not going to sit here and tell you, hey, this is the hot buy. You need to get this thing. It's awesome. I will tell you it worked. It started on the second pole. No, third pole. Started on the third pole the first time I fired it up. Every other time it took 2 poles to start it. But I mean, it worked. It was great. So
I don't think Dad read this, but if he did, Pablo J. Camila, thank you. He said, I love your vids.
We did see that, but thank you for covering it just to make sure. Amateur Anth says, I'll stick with Harbor Freight for hand tools, not electrical tools or battery tools. Mark says, do I need impact rated bits or will regular ones do? You only need impact rated bits if you're doing impact stuff. You can try it with regular bits. You'll get away with it a few times. He says, Porter Cable, big boy, 1/2-inch impact on sale on Amazon. It is. That thing is massive. There's a bunch of the Porter Cable stuff going on right now that's on sale. Let's see here. Impact wrench, 1/2-inch. Where'd it go? We got 2 of them. Oh, wow. They're not showing us Prime deals anymore. That is stunning news. So we got this one. They must have sold through them. And that one. Let me see if there's anyone looking for the Prime deals here. This was on sale too. This has got to be the largest cordless brad nailer I've ever seen. I thought, oh, look, they got a flooring nailer. No, it's a brad nailer that size. That's ridiculous. Anyway, I don't see anything there.
Right there.
No, that's wrenches. Thank you, though, for pointing it out.
Okay.
159. Again, these things are massive, but they apparently do work. A lot of people have chimed in and said they do work. But it looks like they've already sold through on their for their Amazon Prime stuff on these. Their Prime days.
More space guns.
I'm sorry,
More
Rye.
space guns.
I hope you get better.
And apparently the oldest cub is awake. How you doing?
Horrible.
Why are you awake?
Because my back hurts.
Because you fell asleep in your chair like a ding-dong.
He's weird.
Told him not to, but does he listen to his father? No. Yeah, that's one way to learn.
Don't steal my blanket.
All right, skill 7.5 amp, 1/2-inch corded hammer drill. Again, corded. The runtime is just amazing compared to a battery. It's fantastic. Yes, I know. I'm a snarky little bugger. And it comes with the 100-piece drill bit set and case there. This is, well, that was weird. Sorry about that. This is a decent little, hammer drill on it. Corded, but apparently and you save 25% on it as well. Amateur Anth says, I bought a Harbor Freight powder coating system. Don't you touch that bell. Normally we ring a bell when we do, when we get a super chat. Put it back, put the bell down, and step away, little girl. My daughter is going nuts thinking she's going to ring the bell. No, other people are asleep in the house.
You're not a
Shush. Anyway, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. He says, I bought a Harbor Freight powder coating system about 4 years ago. It still works good, but I don't buy the powder from them. What powder do you buy? What's the best powder you think to work with that system? I'd be interested to hear it. Rye says, I'm so sick. I'm sorry, Rye. I hate to hear it. Barbecue 76 in the house. Another late night live stream. Not a bad way to get home from work. Everyone in the house is sleeping now, unlike on the Sunday streams. How you doing, man? Rowdy says, Porter Cable jigsaw blades are not available at Lowe's or Home Depot in Central Texas. Saddle Tramp says, Joint Star's high-pressure car cleaning gun is awesome. Trading Town says, I'll give the Tack Life a shot. Let me know how it works for you. As I said, I've got one that, of course, they sent it to me, and I tried it out. I went to town, ran it for 2 hours straight almost, and it did what it's supposed to do. The one thing I think is really cool is I was trying to figure out how you control the soap dispenser, and it turns out it's just based off of what nozzle you put into it. And the only thing I can think of is that they've got a back pressure valve, because the soap dispenser is so low pressure that I think it allows probably a pin or something to move forward to engage when you put that in, and allows the soap to come out the secondary. And when you put it on the other nozzles, it pushes back enough pressures that it drops the plunger and blocks the soap. That's the only thing I can assume, but that's how they work. Yes?
Its workshop says, Big Bear, Little Cub, lots of good deals. I know I know where I'm doing my Christmas shopping this year.
Yeah, this is, one day, this is the last day, the Wednesday the 14th, it is a good time to do some Christmas shopping. Joshua says, I just bought the 24-piece router set that went on a lightning deal. Hopefully they are decent set, bought for $30. There you go. Yeah, Amateur Ant says LMAO. Joshua says, Cowood router bits. I know. I've never heard of them. I apparently have bought them before because I have that exact set. Amateur says I usually buy my powder from bythepound.com. Powderbythepound.com. Interesting. The only time I've really used that Harbor Freight powder set, I was at I used to belong to a rod and broomstick club in California, and we did some casting for some lead casting, and then we coat in powder coat. Trennington says, hey, so setting up a reloading station, speaking of which, right now for brass cleaning, I just have an old school vibrating polisher. I've heard about steel rod or some tumblers. Any ideas? I haven't done reloading in the longest time, but there are, Gary, if you're still here, I know you do a ton of that. Any chance you want to chime in on that one? Yes?
It says my power washer. My power washer I got, I have to change the heads to soap too. Some wads are just
Wands.
Rods.
Some wands you just rotate the head.
I can't read.
I know, you're tired. You need to get some sleep. How's your heartburn?
Terrible.
Still terrible? All right. Jeff Saunders says all pressure washers use the low pressure nozzle for the soap function. It's a spring ball detent valve. When a high pressure, the ball seats and blocks the intake so it doesn't become an output. I won't say all of them. I've had ones where you have to pull a little plunger. It's got a little T handle on it. You pop it up and it lets the soap go through. But those are probably the ones where they just have the one generic wand and not all the different nozzle heads and such. Now this is, if you're looking for a skill saw, if you're looking for a circ saw, a serious circ saw, we got two of them. We're going to start with this one here. The skill saw, the classic red. It's the magnesium chassis on it, the red plastic handle, magnesium chassis, lightweight, 7 1/4 inch, lightweight worm drive circular saw. This is the bee's knees when it comes to doing framing and stuff like that. This is a fantastic saw. $200. $200. You're like, that's not a bad deal, right? This thing comes out with 25% off at checkout. That takes us down to $150 for a branded top line skill saw, right? That's insane. But wait, we got the budget version, comes in the aluminum chassis. Pretty much the same saw, aluminum chassis in very sleek gray. And this thing goes for $169, which seems like a decent price, right? But yet we got 70 or 25% off again, brings it down to $126.75. Now, I've shown this to some people before. I know you've probably, if you've been through the live streams yesterday, you know what I'm going to do now. We're going to go over to Harbor Freight, and they've got a worm drive. A lot of people don't realize this. So the generic Chicago Electric, how much do you think this thing costs? $120 for $6.76 more. You can get an actual skill saw. That's how good a sale price this is. Don't tell me there's no good deals. People are like, oh, there's no good deals on Prime Day. I've actually been watching a lot of the videos out there, and I'm surprised how many guys are walking through and showing what they're calling Prime Day deals, and it doesn't say right here. Look at this in the blue square. Prime Day deal. If you're watching a video and someone's trying to tell you it's a Prime Day deal, and it doesn't say that, it's not a Prime Day deal. It's just, it might be a sale, but it's not a Prime Day sale. And so there's nothing really special about it, most likely. Anyway, we had a lot of people looking for Cirque saws. These just seem like absolute no-brainers. You had something to say, little one?
Rye says, I have the same issue as the Cub, but really advanced boss level. Aw, poor Rye.
That's terrible. Raphael, cough. Worm drive, cough. Skill, worm drive equals loud. Well, that's why they sell ear protection. Barbecue 76, my Harbor Freight pressure washer lasted 3 uses, and I don't have the receipt. In a way, I'm not disappointed because it was almost useless as a pressure washer. However, I'm out the money. That's terrible. Did you take it back and talk to the manager? They should have done something about that. Trading Town says, good Lord, I need a better saw than the Poppy Ryobi battery Cirque saw I have. Got to sneak this past the boss. Yeah, I know what that's like. Basically, if you want something that's going to do light duty work, you can get away with a lot of battery-powered Cirque saws, brushed ones. If you want to do serious work, you're going to need either a high-end brushless, or you're going to need a corded saw. Mark Anderson says, what do you think of the Cobalt tool bag on sale for $99? They're selling just the bag for $99? That seems a bit outrageous. Tool bag kit. I'm not familiar with it. Let's go over to the Big Blue there. Not tool bad.
That's what you typed in.
I did not. The computer's lying. Tool bag kit. Oh, I'm guessing you're talking about. We were just kind of looking at it there. One of these kits here.
That one right there.
I'm not a fan. Like this one, that hammer's cheesy. The scissors are cheesy. The other tools aren't terrible. I like Cobalt stuff. A lot of their stuff is kind of mid-range kind of things. These are not probably the combo kits that I would go for. But like this one, this is probably a better, higher level. It's $179 though, but eventually, every so often, this goes on sale for $100. Yes.
Can I read the chat? Yeah.
Only if you speak up like a real girl.
Trending down, I think his name is. I cannot see it.
Yes, trending down.
Tried cutting
We just read that one.
Oh, we did? Okay. Did we read the last?
This one. Tried cutting
through 3/4 plywood. Tore the crap out of the back. Had to back it off a ton. Make 3 passes.
3/4 ton plywood is going to try a lot of saws. And yeah, the Ryobi probably was not up to it. Again, and I say again because I talk about this on the channel a lot. So much depends on the blade. It's like if you've got a mediocre car and you put really top-of-the-line tires on it, you'll be super impressed at how well it performs. Same with a saw. If you have a mediocre saw and you put a top-of-the-line blade on it, you can get a lot more performance on it than you might think. But again, if you have a top-of-the-line saw and you put a cheap blade on it, it's going to drive like a Honda Civic with bad shocks. But yeah, at the end of the day, though, you need a certain amount of torque to be handling 3/4 inch plywood. BW Electronics says drill and impact are 125, I believe, at Lowe's. No. It's not the drill and the impact. It's better than that. It's the what is it? Come here. It's the impact and hammer drill combo. That is not Cobalt. Really? Lowe's has the worst search function of any hardware store I've ever seen. It is absolutely, here we go, absolutely terrible. 55% off, and it's out of stock. Well, maybe it's just out of stock near me. You can't buy it online, but this is in stores. This Cobalt sent me this same combo in 2017. It's been a while. And I still have it. And you get the triple hammer drill here. You get a 4.0 battery. Excuse me. You get this really nice, everything from Cobalt's brushless. Really nice impact with 3 impact rating settings. I've used this to install office furniture because it will stop when the screw is flush with the furniture. It is fabulous for that. You get a charger, you get the battery, you get a bag, you get the handle for the hammer drill, all for $125. If you have it at your local store and you're looking for a drill driver kit or a hammer drill, you can't pass this up. It's 5-year warranty on Cobalt stuff. They're great tools. I think honestly, the best prosumer choice out there that's going on right now. Maybe the Skill brushless being in that same running. Of course, they're made by the same company. Go figure. Let's see what else we got here. The Raphael says, Harbor Freight, pay by card, give your phone number to track, use the tool before 9 days is up. You'll be fine. Otherwise, buyer error. Usually if it breaks right away. That's the one thing I always say, which is, we get something, take it home, run it through the ringer. And most of these kind of electric kind of tools, if they're going to live a decent amount of time, they make it through the 90 days. If there's something wrong with manufacturing, it's going to die pretty soon.
I'm sorry.
Saddle Trip says, does Ryobi make anything that actually works? Ryobi has basically 3 levels of tool. There's some really cheap stuff that basically is going to die. They have some mid-range stuff that lasts a good while. And then they got some higher-end stuff like the brushless, the new high-power stuff. They're actually quite good. I know professionals who actually use them.
I'm going to tap out. I am.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Good for you.
Duncan, I need my blanket. Sorry.
Go on. BW says drill and impact or 125. We talked about that. A-Dude says the best deal ever on Prime is the Ring floodlight camera bundled with the Echo Show 5 for a total of $189 instead of $330. Joshua says, interesting. Haven't had an issue with Ryobi Circ Saw. I use Diablo blades. Barbecue 76 says, I've never been a fan of tool bags because of the lack of organization. Digging through a pile of stuff at the main compartment to find what you need. I prefer molded cases that holds everything in its place. Paul says, chuckle, if you want to see a good search browser function for online hardware, go check out, McMaster. McMaster's fabulous, man. Isn't it? I mean, are you saying it's bad? Because I've always had good luck with it. I will be honest, I mostly buy fasteners off of McMaster. I don't buy a lot of tools and stuff like that. Let's say T45 bit. That seems to do pretty good there. The prices aren't always the best on McMaster and Carr, but they do have about everything especially when it comes to fasteners and such. Let's see here. This is one I want to talk about. The Hyper Tough. This is over at Walmart. A lot of stores are also doing, they're doing sales to compete with Prime Days. And that, used to be Craftsman would do a cabinet kind of like this without the little mini hutch thing in it. And you'd see those for $100, and you just don't see that deal anymore. And it's a real shame. This is not a high-end pro or even a prosumer cabinet. This is a weekend warrior DIY. At least I have some place to put my tools cabinet. The mini hutch, I was thinking before it's a little too small, a little too low to actually be useful, but it'd be great as a charging station, huh? Get a hole saw, cut a hole through the back, get a grommet to put in it, protect the cords, and lay out all your chargers and your batteries right in there. I could see this being fairly useful in most home and small shops, especially at $88, $87.19. Come on. That's just a no-brainer. Amateur says, what's up with all these live streams? YouTube doesn't like live streams or anything. Or anything Trump, LOL. No, YouTube loves live streams, actually. They don't like people mobile live streaming too much is their issue. But they love live streams. They're trying to compete with all the other big streaming companies these days, like Twitch and whatnot. Joshua says, don't go with Ring products. You have to pay for subscription. You can go with Wise cams for super cheap options. Wise is coming out with their own Ring thing, their own version of the Ring camera for doorbells. They're coming out with a pair of headphones. They're coming out with a ton of stuff. I have, sitting on my desk, I have the Wise new outdoor camera as well. They're great products for the price. And both have non-subscription options. They do. Raphael says, my Ryobi half-inch impact wrench is the boss. I know a lot of people who do car builds for like SEMA. I met several builders last year at SEMA who use them. I met a lot of aviation techs who use them. And Jeff Saunders has been using my Ryobi green set 18 volt for 5+ years. Keeps going. Take care of your tools. That's the other thing. Take care of your tools. And most of the decent level tools these days will last. Which is to say, if you run it too long, it starts getting hot. Maybe stop for a minute. Let it take a break. If you get too hot, you want to take a break, right? Paul Simmer says that is a very sweet search function. I've never had a problem with that website. I think it's fantastic. BW says, thanks and good night to the Cub. He's talking to you. She's like, and Trading Down says, okay, last question for the night. I finally got my drill press cabinet and stand built and a Craftsman 10-inch drill press setup. What's my best bet for a good drill press combo set? I'm confused. What is a drill press combo set? You've got your drill press and you got your cabinet. So what's the combo set? Do you mean drill impact combo set? Anyway, it's late. I'm tired, so you'll have to explain it to me in short, easy to understand words. BW says, exactly, Jeff. Masters, you can't expect tools to last if you go past their capacity. That's the thing. Like, I recommend quite often the $10 grinder from Harbor Freight. People are like, that thing's junk. I used it once, it burned up. I'm like, what were you doing with it? I was just grinding something for 20 minutes or half an hour. I'm like, yeah, runtime on it's like 5 minutes. So it went way beyond what it was designed to do. It's a $10 grinder. Russell says, YouTube algorithm boosts the live streams. And Joshua says, nice. I have the outdoor cam and the older indoor cam. They're great. I'll be super interested to see the doorbell. I actually set up the indoor cam for some friends of ours who have a retail in town, and they caught somebody with it because it was happened to be pointed out the window. Caught somebody stabbing tires with it. Gotta love it. All right. Sal Tramp says, good night, everyone. Be safe. Fingers and toes don't grow back unless you're a frog. Training Down says, just trying to figure out which brand of drill bits are going to not die immediately for aluminum and less. Well, that's a good question. Basically, what it comes down to with drill bits is kind of like what I was talking about with driver bits. You either buy a huge chunk of, and they did have some, but they're no longer on sale. They had this huge set, 230 piece of basically disposable drill bits in a nice little case, or you buy some high-end stuff. I'm a huge fan of Bosch. Milwaukee's been trying to come out with some great stuff. Let's see if anybody, when I'm buying nice drill bits, I just default to Bosch. If anybody else has something else that they think is as good or better, go ahead and chime in. Barbecue 76 says Arlo isn't a bad way to go for non-subscription as long as you stay under 5 devices. More than that, it will cost. However, subscriptions, you get more features. The fee service is working good for me at the moment, but I want to add to my system, so I'll eventually have to upgrade and pay. Speaking of systems, I want to talk about this one. Black & Decker. Yes, I know it's Black & Decker. We're not getting super excited like this is fabulous or anything. It's 6 tools in one. All right? You got a sander. You got a router. Yes, a router. Multi-tool. Hold on. There's your sander, router, multi-tool, drill driver, impact, and I think jigsaw are the ones it comes with. And all that with, of course, one single battery in this nice case. what I often say is for people who do a lot of camping, RVing, people who live on the road, that kind of stuff, if you like RV life, van life kind of stuff, if you're into that kind of thing, this is a great solution for that because you got everything you need in one case. Lock it up, put it down under, storage compartment kind of thing. This is a great solution. Buy a couple extra batteries when they go on sale, and you're good to go. Believe it or not, other than the engine and the wheels and transmission on an RV, the rest of the stuff is pretty lightweight, and you don't need heavy duty tools to deal with it. Let's see here. Jeff Saunders says, love the DeWalt drill bits. Split point are awesome. BW says it's after 4 a.m. here. Going to say goodnight. Thanks, Bear and Cub. Nicholas says Makita's new bits are nice. Jeff Saunders says also make sure you get the step drill sets. Yeah, that's a good point. You get step drill bit. A good step drill bit set will serve you in good stead. BW's Electronics says that's like the Craftsman bolt system or the Clark one had 49 years ago. And let's see what we got here. It's 2:07. It is going to be time for us to cut it off. Let me see if we got anything else. We talked about the skill saws. I think we talked everything else. We're up to date on the on all of the Prime deals there. So we will probably be checking in again at least one, if not two more times here throughout the day. Let's take a look at the trending deals. Anything cool in the trend? That's trending. Just one item. Really? I mean, it's a meat thermometer. That's great. Oh, here we go. See more. We got the Harbor meat thermometer. We got the folding t-shirt thing. We got the power inverter. We got dino eggs. That's always exciting. Here we go. Ansel AD enhanced OBD2 reader there for $32. We got the Honda for $31. Any other great deals? Well, that's all we're seeing there. Anyway, that's all we got for tonight. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. I'm exhausted. I'm sure you all are as well. Hopefully you get some sleep tonight. Hopefully my little girl gets some sleep tonight. I'm worried about her. I might have to stay up and take care of her. Anyway, you all take care. God bless. And as always, come on, say it with me. Shine on.